Welcome to the University of Johannesburg. My name is Bettine van Veeren, and I'm very grateful to serve as the registrar of this amazing university. There are a few important things about this university that you should know. We are the #1 university in South Africa, the #1 university in Africa, and the 23rd best university in the world, according to the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings. We are the #2 university in the world when it comes to SDG 2, no poverty. We are #4 in the world when it comes to decent work and economic growth. We are the top producer of research outputs in South Africa, and we've been in this position for several years. We also have the coolest clothes and gears at our brand shop, and definitely the best socks. And this is now very important. We have the best students of any university in South Africa. Each and every one of you, as a first-year student here today, had about a 2% chance of being selected. You were the top of your groups, and you made it, and we are absolutely delighted to welcome you to the University of Johannesburg. We have fantastic staff at this university. The executive leadership group is sitting behind me. All the deans and the members of the executive group is represented here. We really care deeply about the well-being of every single student, and we will bend backwards to ensure that you have the best possible chance to make a success of your studies. All of the above tells me that the University of Johannesburg is an amazing place to be, and that you have made the right decision to enroll at this university. Students, we are sometimes very serious about life. We ask you to learn stuff, to write tests, to sit for exams, but we also do fun stuff, and that is what makes us great. Hence, at this university, we don't say we are the great University of Johannesburg. We say we are the great University of Johannesburg. Colleagues, the university is different to school. There are no bells that will ring to say that class is starting. There is no school uniform. What you will find at a university is freedom. Freedom to make the choice to study. Freedom to learn as much as what you possibly can, and to prioritize your academic life and to make a huge success. And I hope that each and every one of you will do this. Sometimes there will be temptation to sit on the lawn rather than to go to Accounting 101, to sit in the student center rather than to go to Zoology 101. But I beg you, don't pick this route. Prioritize your academic life so that one day you will walk out of here as one of our success stories. Professor Bongani Ngulunga, who's on the stage, and you will meet him a little bit later today, our Senior Executive Director, he often does something at graduation, and I'm going to steal that from him today. So I want each and every one of you to turn to the person next to you, to say hello, and to introduce yourself to them. Please do that now. Colleagues, I ask you, students and friends, colleagues, I ask you to do this because you never know who the person is that sits next to you. This may be your best friend for life. This may be a captain of industry. This may become a head of a major bank. The person next to you may be a successful business owner, or who knows, the president of South Africa. The leaders of tomorrow is sitting in front of me today. And then I also ask that you make a commitment to your parents, to your guardians, to your grandparents, to your community, and to tell them that you promise to work hard, to make a success of your studies, and to make them proud. Amongst the many exceptional things that we have at this university is that we also have the best choir of any university in South Africa. So if you hear them practice at night when you walk on campus, if you attend functions, you will hear them. You will read about them in social media and in newspapers. And if you can sing, please look out for when they call for auditions. Please help me to welcome the amazing University of Johannesburg award-winning choir.
The graduates have spoken. Let's keep them on the line. Graduates, I'm going and more the graduates. So.
Students, they said that if we give them a massive round of applause, they'll consider coming back later. Siswe, what do you think? Shall we try again? Try again, one more time. Every university in South Africa appoints a chancellor, and we are exceptionally proud of our chancellor, Dr. Phumzile Mlamba Ngcuka. I told you that we keep company with some very impressive people, including deputy presidents. Our chancellor is a distinguished South African leader with a long record of public service, advocacy, and global impact. She held very senior roles, both nationally and internationally, including serving as a cabinet minister, a deputy president, and as executive director of the United Nations Women. As a chancellor, she represents the values of integrity, of leadership, and social justice, and she plays a key role in the well-being and the advancement of this university. We are incredibly proud to have a chancellor whose life's work reflects excellence, courage, and a deep commitment to improving society, a fitting inspiration as you begin your journey at the University of Johannesburg. Please give her a big round of applause.
Good morning. I am as excited as you are. How I wish I was the one sitting where you are sitting and coming to this great University of Johannesburg. Firstly, I would like to greet your teachers, your supporters, your cheerleaders. These people behind me will be with you for the next few years and rooting for you every step of the way. Can we give them a round of applause? I know that many of you are far away from home for the first time, but now we are in another home, which is far from the other home, but this is still a home as well. I want to start by congratulating you that you deserved to be here. And I thank you for your hard work, and I thank your parents, your guardians, and everyone who supported you to get to where you are today. But I also want to warn you, that was not the end of the journey. That was just one door closing and another door opening. And now we are in this other room where you have a beautiful future ahead of you. I want to remind you that in this country, you are a chosen few. Not everyone gets to university. It's just a handful of us that make it to this point. And because you are therefore in the special group of people in society, so much is expected from you. I want to ask you to be your best, to look out for the other, to look out for your families, to look out for your communities, look out for your colleagues, because God has given you a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and that you should not take for granted. You should cherish it. I also want to ask you to be hungry for knowledge, to come here and to suck everything, to be inquisitive, to be curious. Not that way, okay? To be inquisitive, because only when you are inquisitive and curious will you learn and will you thrive. I also want to ask you to have integrity. That thing that you do all the time, even if no one is looking at you. For instance, never copy. I know now we have AI and everything that can tempt you, but if you don't master knowledge yourself, that will not mean anything to you. That will not fuel your success. Be disciplined and make sure that you acquire knowledge the right way. And lastly, I want to ask you, please belong. Don't be a loner. You have so many people. You look so beautiful sitting there. These are your colleagues, people you must hang out with at the right time, people you must study with, people you must play sports with, be part of something. The worst thing you can ever do as a young person, especially in a university, is not to be part of something. You must either sing, join the choir, play sports, join societies, be part of something, because all of that helps you to be the person you are being shaped to be. To be at a university is to learn universally. You are not on a one path. Don't just be a bookworm. Learn, understand your books, but have time to belong and to be part of this wonderful community. Good luck. I can't wait to see more of you in the years to come. Thank you.
And now for something that is going to be exhilarating and exciting. Meet the residences. And to lead us in this is Dr. Nell Ledwaba. Dr. Nell Ledwaba is our Senior Director for Student Affairs. He's also a very good person to know, because in addition to his doctorate in business administration, he also holds an LLB. So if you have him on speed dial and you are in a tight corner, call Nell. He's going to give you some legal advice. But now for the residences. Nell.
Thank you, Program Director. We've now reached that exciting moment again. I'm now going to be introducing our residents' war cries. I hope everyone is ready. We want to hear that loudest one today. I'm now going to start and call upon Gauta residents. Your time is now, Gauta. Thank you, Gauta. Well done. Gauta is now followed by Horizon residents. Horizon, your time is now.
Horizon! Salute the Orange Army! Horizon! Now show them all! Show them all! Show them all! Show them all! H-O, show them all! Show them all! R-I, show them all! Show them all! Z-O, show them all!
Thank you,
Show them all!
Horizon.
And
Thank you very much.
Horizon!
Thank you very much. Operative, it's your turn. Let's see what you have.
Reverse! Ooh-ah! Yeah, 2, 3. Yeah, 2, 3. Intent! When I say OP, you say fire. OP! 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 When I say golden, you say gentlemen. Golden! Golden! OP, can I get a ooh-ah? OP, can I get a ooh-ah? Ooh-ah! Ooh-ah!
That was perfect. Thank you, Operative. Thank you, Operative. Let's now call upon Hector Peterson, HP. HP.
Where we always remember to embrace our past and encourage the future through strength in education. We as the freshmen salute you.
Thank you very much. The Vice-chancellor is also greeting back. I saw him waving the hand. Thank you, HP. Now let's go and hear what Akanani residents has for us. Akanani?
Tennis! Attention! Attention! Yaris! Salute UJ! Salute the vision of UJ! Salute the HKs of UJ! Yaris!
Thank you very much, Akanani. Now let's climb Kilimanjaro. Kilimanjaro, your time is now.
Jaro! Greet your age! Right! Kilimanjaro man! Kilimanjaro man! Ayinizo man! Ayinizo man! Kilimanjaro man!
Hi, Madoda. Thank you, Kilimanjaro. Liboni, it's your turn. Let's call upon Liboni. Thinti Mfazi, Thinti Bokoto. Thank you. You have provoked them. Now let's hear what Imbeu has for us. Yawa Imbeu. Imbeu, your time is now.
Formation! Wanabalele! Wanabalele! Wanabalele batata kancane zakhala ke ma. Wanabalele batata kancane zigile ke ma. Wanabalele batata kancane zakhala ke ma. Ayabakhala. Formation!
Thank you very much, Imbeu. That was great. Ruben Crest. Ruben Crest.
Some of them they're using 2 mics.
Aris! 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 Attention! 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 Salute! We are we stand for and will always be
Thank you very much. That was classic. Let's now move on to Ndlovukazi.
greet the Majesty, Royal Highness, Queens of NPP. I said,
Thank you very much. Let's clap hands for them. Magnolia. Magnolia. That is perfect. Now let's move to Kopano residents. Kopano.
Spartans, are you ready for war? Are you ready for war? Are you ready for war? Spartans, did you turn? Did you turn? Did you turn? Now, Spartans, get the ground! Get the ground! Get the ground! It is! It is! It is!
Classic, perfect. Thank you very much, Kopano. Let's move to Cornerstone. Let's allow them some 2 seconds or so to have the mic. Over to you, Cornerstone.
Who are we? 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 And girls! Chihuahua! What? What? Waraka! Waraka! Kamate, kamate! Kamate, kamate! Kamate, kamate!
Well done, Cornerstone. Thank you very much. Let's now introduce fourth residents. Fourth residents. Thank you, fourth residents. Your time is now.
Ai, kamate, kamate, kaura, kaura. Kamate, kamate, kaura, kaura. Watiti potresi, watiti pumes. Watiti sinyane kwa pochu sokai. Kamate, kamate, kaura, kaura. Kamate, kamate, kaura, kaura.
Thank you very much, fourth residents, Kaura Kaura. Now it's your turn, Impumelelo.
Bumi! 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 Can I get a hoorah? Bumi! Can I get a hoorah? Bumi! Can I get a hoorah? Use, 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 mama, use, 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 mama, use, 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 mama, use, 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 mama, use. Bumi is the best to be the best. Aratata, 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 aratata. Woo!
Thank you very much. That was classic as well, Mpumelelo. We are now at Pumlani residence. Pumlani. Thank you very much. We are now going to introduce Matkawe. Matkawe.
Attention! Romulus, Romulus, Romulus! Salute! 1, 2, 3! Good morning! The Blue Nation! Romulus, Romulus, Romulus! Salute!
Heaven!
Lions!
Heaven!
Lions!
Heaven!
Lions!
Heaven!
Lions! Aua!
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 Auwa. Thank you very much, Makawe. Lisedi and Takalani decided to go into marriage on this one, in Committee of Property. Lisedi and Takalani.
Karibu, karibu, karibu. Pixies! Aries! Mesa! Mesa! Niyabasabana! Mesa! What color is the flag? I said, what color is the flag? What color? What color? What color?
Thank you very much, Musate.
Mesa!
Manje Sivala was Sophia Town. We are now in Sophia Town. Sophia Town, are you ready?
Sophia! What is your profession? Sophia! What is your profession? Sophia! What is your profession?
Thank you very much, Sophia Town. Ulwazi, you are the last. Ulwazi.
Ulwazi! Ulwazi! Malweni makhaya! Batani makhaya! Zipi pipi! Zipi pipi! Ipulwazi! Ipulwazi!
Thank you very much. Let's give them a round of applause. And ourselves, all the performers. If this was an army, the chief of the army would say mission completed, back to base, but I'll leave it to the Chancellor and the Vice-chancellor to decide. Thank you.
Woo! That was amazing, right? Let's try again. That was amazing. Students, the Student Representative Council is basically the students' body's voice on campus, the people who speak up when something needs fixing, who celebrate your wins and make sure that your ideas don't get lost in our inboxes. They organize events, they represent students to management, and they fight for your rights, from better facilities to fair policies. They really are the link between students and between the university. Without them, your suggestions are lost in our inboxes. I did mention our inboxes, right? But with them, you have a team who pushes to make student life better, louder, and more fun. And this important body is represented by the President, President Luhumo Dibakwane. He served last year as the Academic and Quality Officer for the Central SRC, and we've really had the privilege to work with him and with the SRC last year, and as management, we're looking forward to doing that again this year. So 2026, SRC President, Mr. Luhumo Dibakwane. Please give a round of applause for him.
No, thank you, Registrar. Amandla. Awethu. Program Director, Chancellor, Vice-chancellor, and members of the Executive Committee, Executive Deans, and your faculties, Secretary General of the SRC that I appreciate so much, and the collective SRC members and House committees that I love so much. Lastly, the VVIPs of the event, which is you, first year students of the University of Johannesburg. As introduced, my name is Luhumo Surprise Dibakwane. And just like many of you, I also come from the least remembered part of our country, Bushbuckridge in Mpumalanga, and was born to the purest working class family. And today, I have the privilege to address you as a University of Johannesburg graduate in the Bachelor of Education, and in my capacity for this academic opening as the SRC President of the University. You have taken a progressive step towards shaping your future destiny by deciding to study at the University of Johannesburg. In an epoch where access to higher education has become a rare commodity, especially in an institution like ours, which receives over 600,000 academic applications with just over 10,000 first-time enrollment capacity, you and I can confidently say that you have worked hard and absolutely deserve to be a student and subsequently become a graduate of this great University of Johannesburg. For many of you, by your becoming of a University of Johannesburg student, you have lit a candle of hope, a candle of moving your family, your community beyond the poverty line. Therefore, you should make the most of this opportunity, and most certainly, it definitely will not be a smooth ride. However, with dedication, resilience, and absolute appetite for academic success, and understanding your true lived experience, the universe will have no choice but to anoint you victorious. Unlike many institutions, a university is more distinct as it is a microcosm of society, a world within a world, as my comrades would always say, vulnerable to the evils and the good of society. However, through a shared spirit of being each other's brother and sister's keeper, we have annually sustained a community grounded in inclusivity, innovativeness, impact, and integrity. Today, comrade students, I formally induct you to this very spirit. As I draw to an end, as the then SRC president of Nelson Mandela University, Dr. Pedro Mzileni submitted in one of his addresses that we must call our universities by their full names and do away with abbreviating our institutions. He submitted that you will never hear anyone call Harvard University HU or Cambridge University CU when someone introduces themselves to you as a Harvard University student. You already know where it is in the world and know the kind of a product you can expect from them. In line with Dr. Pedro's submission, I call upon us to mention our university in full going forward. Yes, UJ sounds sweet and short, but let us be jealous of our name. And I say to you that let us call ourselves and say, I am a University of Johannesburg student, I am a University of Johannesburg graduate, and also, maybe for staff members, I am a University of Johannesburg staff member. After all, we derive our name from the wealthiest city in Africa. With that, Program Director, for the 21st SRC administration, allow me to officially welcome our first-year students to the great University of Johannesburg. Until next time, Nakenza. Thank you, Program Director.
And now, students, please give it up for DJ Fresh, the man, the legend, the big dog, and a UJ alumni. Born in Botswana, Fresh discovered his love for music as a teen and headed to Johannesburg to study media and journalism. It was here that his booming voice and his infectious energy launched him into a radio career that would make him one of South Africa's most recognizable broadcasters and DJs. And from the noise from you, I know that you know him. From 5FM to YFM to Metro FM and on countless TV shows and clubs across the globe. His story, follow your passion, loud, proud, and with killer tunes. Let's put it together for DJ Fresh.
Eta. As you saw, where I am from, the way I was raised, you greet before you do anything. And let me tell you, if you remember that, more doors will open for you for the rest of your life simply because you acknowledge people. So let's agree, when you walk into a room, you walk into a space, you acknowledge the people first. Ne? You're not an insect. How can you fella like you're a mosquito? Even mosquitoes, at least, I see you. So let's agree on that. Chancellor Dr. Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, Vice-chancellor Professor Lehlokwa Mpedi, members of the ELG, staff, and our most important members within our protocol list, you guys. Lishap. That's good. Now, I'm a bit emotional standing here because when I relocated to Johannesburg 1995, I was doing a media studies diploma at RAU, the Rand Afrikaans Universiteit. And I remember that days you go to the library and about Kiri 5. Yes, there were black faces at RAU, but looking at the 20 years of transformation that have happened here, I can see that you've done a great job. You guys now represent what the country is. In 95, it was a very far cry from that. There are days you'd walk in and feel like they're going to ask you if you're lost. So it's a beautiful thing to see the transformation that has happened here. Now, I need to confess something. I actually have a fear of speaking in public. But I'm here. I learned something important as I was building my career, that often the great things you want in your life are on the other side of the fear. A lot of us are stuck because we're scared. Whatever it is you're scared of, whatever you fear, whether it's a guy, a girl, a position at work, an opportunity, maybe at your radio station, on the other side of that fear is where the beautiful things happen. It's where you transform. It's where you become a bigger, better, more effective person. So don't let your fear paralyze you. Lang frustana gir. Now, I need by a show of hands, how many of you here feel like you still don't know where you're going? You feel like other people have it figured out, Marawe, and now you're still taking along. It's a safe space. I promise I won't tell anyone. By a show of hands. I need you to understand that where you are right now in your life is exactly where you're meant to be. Where you are right now is the sum total of the things that have happened to you, happened for you, happened with you along your journey. Whether it's a lady passing away, whether it's you failing grade 5, or whatever happened in your life, every single thing that has happened in your life to this day has brought you to this day. So I think you're in exactly the right place and where you're meant to be. So don't be scared. We've all been here before. Now, I want to tell you the story of my career and why I am here today as a direct consequence of the things that have happened to me, for me, and often because of me. I'll give you an example. I was bullied a lot when I was a child. I was short, I was fat, I had a big head, and I sometimes thought I was ugly. But from Bangwara as a child, I learned to speak back. I learned to defend myself. I learned to think quick on my feet. The industry I am in, you are fair game. Every day someone is coming at you. Every day someone is coming for you. But because I went through all of that in my childhood, there's nothing you can throw at me that will hurt me. Nothing. That's why, Kiri, every single thing you've been through in your life is preparing you for the moment you're at or for the next moment you need to transition to. So don't look back at your life and think, Khalo sokola, why you, Mudimo haurati, or whatever it is you feel about your life. Do you understand me? Another thing that I learned on my journey, at school was the fact that unless you make an effort every single day towards your goals, towards what you want to be, who you want to be, there's someone who's going to get there before you. I remember in primary school, like I said, I was short, I was a fat kid, but I wanted to be a goalkeeper in our soccer team. So what did I do? Every single day after Sgela, I go home and I have my friends kick the ball at me so I can practice and be a better goalkeeper. By grade 6, I was the A-team goalkeeper in my school, as short and as fat as I was, because I understood that I needed to put in work behind the scenes, where the lights are off, no one is seeing the effort you're putting in order to get to that goal. I already knew I needed to do that from the age of 12. And I'm telling you this story now because a lot of us have this thing of thinking, I'm lazy today, so I'm going to do nothing towards my qualification. I'm going to do nothing towards my dreams. Guys, you can't afford to even take a break. There's a saying I always tell people around me, the law of incremental gains is never wrong. Every single thing you do towards your qualification, your goals, your dreams counts. I'm on a journey right now where I refuse to look my age. If I told you I was 53, you probably wouldn't believe me. Exactly. My mother always said, never look your age, never look like your problems. And that's my goal for the rest of my life. But the one thing I can tell you right now, on the day I don't want to walk 5 kilometers, I will walk 1 kilometer. Because I understand that a little bit of movement is better than no movement. And I'd advise you to apply that even in your careers, on your journeys. That days you don't want to study. Still do something towards your goal and your dreams. Because it adds up, because the law of incremental gains is never wrong. Guys, every day do something towards your career. I've been in radio for 33 years. On a Saturday, Kisaspani, I read about radio. I listen to other radio shows. I'll even do a mock radio show, Kiliwan. My kids think I'm speaking to myself in my room, but it's me sharpening the tool, sharpening the talent. That's the only way you're going to stay ahead of everyone else around you. In my 33 years of radio, there's always someone who's newer, who's faster, who's fresher. But I keep happy because I do the work. If you do the work, your work will speak for you. Even when you're not in the room, your work will speak for you. And that's only going to happen when you have the work ethic and you put in the hours every single day. And your students, I understand, whom not? Get first year, get you fresher, see, it's new handsome boys and beautiful girls. Some of you live at Jola already, mara ko dladleng a le jolly. So there's a lot of distractions around you. Still, find 30 minutes, 1 hour every single day to do something towards your dream. You will thank me at your graduation. And I promise in 3 years I'll be back here at your graduation. And I hope all of you will be here. Can we agree on that? That next year you're not doing first year in another course. You are here because you want to be here, right? So I'll see you guys in 3 years then. That's our agreement. On my journey of growth and doing what I want to do, I started a family. My son Lifika is 10 years old. And I remember Lifika was born premature. He was 2 months premature with a congenital lung defect. The doctor said, we need to operate, we need to remove half of his lung. So the lower lobe of his right lung was removed when he was 8 months old. But the doctor said to us, but don't worry, the space left by the lobe that has been removed will be filled by the other lobe growing into that space. So his lung capacity will not be affected. And because now I'm always looking for lessons. The lesson I learned from my son having to be operated on before he was even a year old is that even if something is taken away from you, something can grow in that space. So never think that because you have lost something, never think that because you've lost something or something has been taken away from you, it won't be replaced by something bigger and better. Because me now, what I've done in my career, every single thing I go through, I look for the lesson. There's always a lesson. I don't sit and feel sorry for myself. There's a saying, a pity party imnati. To sit alone, feeling sorry for yourself, it's a beautiful thing. It helps you get away from whatever you're going through, sitting there feeling sorry for yourself. But when the pity party is over, you are still here. Nothing has moved, nothing has changed. So instead, what I do, I look for the lesson and see how I can be a bigger, better person from whatever I go through, from whatever I lose. You guys are going to go through a lot. You're going to experience life, loss, hurt, joy, pain. There's lessons in all of that. Look for those lessons and learn from those lessons. And unfortunately, because human beings don't listen, often we repeat the same mistake because we don't learn. Learn from your lessons and try and keep moving forward. That's why I'm still here in this industry, 33 years later. Another thing that I'd advise you to do, because a lot of you like saying, I need a mentor. Fresh, can you mentor me? Can you find me a mentor? I had 3 mentors in my DJ career. Oskido, Christos, Vinny. But I never once sat down with them. Not once. How did they mentor me? I observed how they move. I observed how they do business, how they operate, how they treat people. That's how they mentored me. Your mentor doesn't have to hold your hand and walk with you to say, okay, here's the water, now drink. Your mentor is the person you look up to, that you observe and learn from. So please don't delay your journey and your growth waiting for a mentor. They're all around you. Your mentor could be that kid in second year who moves differently, who does things differently, who operates differently. Your mentor could be the lady who sweeps the library because of how maybe she carries herself, how she treats other people. Look for mentors and inspiration around you. Because you're not going to find a mentor, more often than not, who's going to hold your hand and say, let's walk the journey together. I've never had a mentor who sat down with me. But in my 33 years of radio, I've had at least 10 mentors. And half the time they had no idea that they were inspiring me. So please look for positive inspirations around you because they are there around you. Langfrustan. Otherwise, you're going to wait. We've been waiting for Jesus for 2,000 years. Mentor might take longer. So, yeah. I think in closing, I just want to say to you guys, don't be afraid when you get an opportunity to share that opportunity with other people, with other students, with other kids. I've built my career on holding the elevator door open so other people can go up the elevator with me. My first opportunity in this industry I got from Oskido. I always tell people I'm part of the Oskido economy because Oskido opened doors for a whole bunch of us. Bongo Muffin, Mafigizolo, Tebe, you name them. Oskido mentored all of us. And in return, I did the same for other people. So whether you want to talk about DJ Kent, Cleo, Euphonic, DJs Boo, at least 1,000 DJs have been through these hands just from mentorship. And I'll tell you why I think mentorship is important for me. Every person that you mentor and collaborate with will probably teach you more than they can ever learn from you. One of the reasons I'm still in this industry is because I mentor young minds who are still daring. They're not jaded by life. They're still eager to try new things. So every single person I've mentored, I've learned from more than they learned from me. And unfortunately, you can only dim someone's light for so long before it shows up again. So you can either be a part of someone else's journey and come up or you can sit back and watch them grow bigger than you. But where now you had nothing to do with it. So my attitude is, if I walk into a door, I remove that door and more of us must walk through that door. Because that's the only way we're going to grow ourselves, we're going to grow this community we're a part of, and how we're going to grow this country. So let's not to put other people on. I always say the simplest form of butagati, buloi, is wishing ill for other people, not wanting to see other people succeed. I want to see you succeed. So if I have an opportunity to watch you grow, to grow you, I'm coming with you into this room that I'm going into. And I'd like to encourage you to do the same. Along your journey, you'll see opportunities that mean nothing to you, but they mean something to someone else. Show them that opportunity so that they can grow. In closing, oh, you thought I was done? I promise I'm closing. In closing, whatever it is that you fear, as long as it's not going to kill you, chances are it'll grow you. Usathaba. Walk through that door. Walk through the experience you fear the most, because that is where you're going to grow. And as you grow, please remember, send the elevator back down. There's a lot of us at the bottom who need to be at the top of this building. So please, let's build each other. Every single one of us. I challenge you, grow at least one person in your year here at UJ. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, DJ Fresh. Let's give him another round of applause, please. Next up is another UJ alumni, Motshidisi Mohono, the woman who turned an accounting degree into front row seats at the biggest rugby matches across the globe. See, accounting can be interesting, right? Say someone with a BSc background. Prof. Malloy, you'll forgive me. Born and raised in Katlehong, Mots cut her broadcasting teeth at UJFM while studying at this amazing university. She went on to become one of South Africa's most respected sports broadcasters, anchoring everything from Currie Cup rugby to Rugby World Cup finals. I've seen her on TV, and I personally think she knows more about rugby than most men. Along the way, she also wins national awards as she progresses. She's sharp, she's witty, she's deeply passionate about sports and about storytelling. She's really carved a niche for herself in a very male-dominated world. And she does this with style and with a smile. Let's put our hands together for Mots, please.
In
introduction. Good morning. See, I'm nervous. I never start my speeches with good morning. I'd like to observe the protocol first, in fact, to our Chancellor, Dr. Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, our Vice-chancellor and Principal, Professor Letlo Kwampedi, members of the ELG, professors, staff, and students, and most importantly, you, the matric class of 2025. Welcome to the University of Johannesburg, the home where my dreams were brought to life and into sharp focus. It's not an easy feat to end up at such a prestigious university, so congratulations to all of you for making it past the big hurdle and into the UJ family. My name is Motshidisi Mohono. I'm a sports broadcaster, and I currently ply my trade at the #1 sports broadcaster on the continent, #2 in the world, SuperSport International. I am also a UJ alumni. As Prof has mentioned, I graduated in 2011 with a BCom accounting degree. Anybody studying BCom accounting here? Oh, I am so glad for that excitement and enthusiasm because it gets rough. It gets rough, but it gets good. It gets good. 19 years ago, I was sitting where you are sitting right now, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed and so excited for what life was about to bring my way. I had no clue of what my time here, the things I went through here, and the things I've overcome here would shape the life that I live and love today. I didn't even have money to buy my cap and gown, and I still do not own my graduation photos. But that does not take away from what I've been able to achieve since. In the month that I graduated, I was a finalist on SuperSport's Lady Rugger Presenter Search. I had 3 years experience in radio, beginning 6 months of which was at UJ FM, and I had taken on the sports desk at the provincial radio station YFM. By that time, I had no business wanting to be an accountant because UJ had ignited my fire. It's not your walk, because that degree has really held me in good stead. I went on to work at Metro FM, at Vision View, radio stations with so much caliber. Radio 2000, it was my last stop on a radio station where I hosted my own sports show called Game Time. I moved from Lady Rugger and I did not come first, no, I came third. And there are usually no prizes for third. But what I believe is when you do what you do with diligence and excellence, there's always someone watching, and sometimes it is someone with the power and the authority to move you to your next level. I did my work. Unbeknownst to me, there were people watching, a producer watching. Her name is Erin Ferreira, and she wrote me in to the 2011 Rugby World Cup show called SuperSport Superfan. I became a presenter because she didn't call me to audition for my position. She called me for a screen test. She wanted to know how her team could maneuver so that I look good on air and so that I could deliver. That is what happens when you are found excellently and diligently working on what you're working on. There is no space and time to be lackluster. There is no space and time to be average. UJ doesn't do average. We create the best of the best. So everything that you are going to do in the next 3, 4, 5, 7 years, diligence and excellence. I went on to star as part of the Varsity Cup team in 2013. I started off at SuperSport Blitz. It's a 24-hour sports news channel. I was basically doing what I was doing on radio, but learning how to tell the story with pictures this time around, and I became really good at it. So much so that they moved me out and said, you know what, you deserve your time again in front of the camera, and that's where I worked for Varsity Cup and Varsity Sport, meeting some of the generational talent that we celebrate in the green and gold of South Africa today. I also had the pleasure of hosting the red carpet at the Laureus World Sports Awards in 2015 and 2016. in Shanghai, China, and Berlin, Germany, respectively, speaking to the likes of Boris Becker, Novak Djokovic, Li Na, Eric Cantona, Raul, Luis Figo, Fabio Capello, Lewis Hamilton, and Schalk Burger, who won the Comeback of the Year award. My first real challenge was, of course, anchoring a Springbok match. Are there any Springbok fans here? Okay. My first time on air did not go well. We lost, and to a team we shouldn't lose to, Italy. It was November 2016. I remember it well because a month before that I was involved in a car accident that nearly took my life. But if you are a child that prays and knows that they don't walk alone, you know that you can overcome. I was sitting in the anchor's chair, a black girl from Katlehong who had no business being there, and the whole world was waiting for my cue. I sat with Nas Puerta, one of the best fly halves this country has ever produced. Nick Mallet, still the leading coach as far as wins are concerned, consecutive wins, that is. Jean de Villiers, who used to be captain of the Springboks, and Brayton Polser, one of the fastest men we've ever produced, fastest Springbok wings in this country. And they treated me like a colleague. They saw the greatness within me. They didn't see, Mtana Sekasi, ladlalwa ibola, what is she doing in rugby? Because they too believed what I've always known, you can be anything you want to be. But the ingredients are diligence and excellence. You can't be average. We don't get to be average. Since that first game, I have covered games where we have won. I'm happy to note that. The England tour of 2018 was the first time I was the sideline anchor for a Springbok game. It was also the first day that Siyamthanda Kolisi wore the captain's armband for the Springboks. That June is one of the most important in our rugby landscape in this country, all done by UJ alumni. From there, I hosted the next year, in that year, I beg your pardon, I also won the SA Sports Award for Journalist of the Year. I was the first woman to win that award, and I'm happy to report that I'm the first of many. Yes. To be the first is one thing, to be the first of many, that is legacy. Hold that door open, as Tato said before me. Hold that door open. When you reach the pinnacle, fetch a few other people and take them along the road as well. That followed by the 2019 Rugby World Cup final. I was the first woman at SuperSport to host a Rugby World Cup final. And it was tough because it was on the back of losing my dad to cancer. But I know that man. I know what he would have said. It is the same thing he said when I started at UJ. It is the same thing that he said when I ended my time here. I gave him my degree and he said, go forth and be great. That's what he would have said that morning as well. But it is not off of just luck. It is not off of just wishes. It is off of the back of hard work. And if you are not here to work hard, I am afraid this place will disappoint you. Get stuck in, guys. Get stuck in. I went on to host that 2019 Rugby World Cup, and would you believe it, South Africa beat England 32-12. 32-12, our first World Cup in 12 years. After that was the British and Irish Lions tour of 2021, which I led as well, broadcasting to 140 territories around the world. And then the 2023 World Cup, where we repeated the feat again, defeating the All Blacks by just a point in the final. This time I was sidelined, right there where the action was happening, and njengani bengiminyile ukuthi sizonqoba futhi, even if it's by a point. That team has taught me that resilience is important, character is important. The 2019 team in particular, who took on the weight of transformation, who took on the weight of turning an era around to become what I believe is one of the best Springbok teams we've ever produced. You can learn so much from them because when they stood on that podium in Japan, they really were champions, not only overcoming the opponent in front of them, but the opponent within as well. So to you, the class of 2025, I want to leave you with this homework. 10,000 hours, that's how long it takes to master a skill. That is by author Malcolm Gladwell in his book Outliers. It takes 10,000 hours to become the best at what you do, and those hours have already started. Throughout your schooling, there is something that you have done over and over again, and that's the only way to become the best at it. Ungapheli moya. Balance is also key. It cannot be all work. I'm not saying party every night. Don't hear what I'm not saying. I'm saying balance. Work, rest, see your friends and family. Make time for the things that are important. Also get involved in campus activities. There is so much to happen here. UJFM is the door that opened the career and life that I'm living today. So join societies, create community for yourself on this campus. Also know that you are allowed to change your mind. If you want to study something else, change your mind. Because there is no joy in living out a degree that you have no passion for. And there is no joy living your life for the joy of another person and not yourself. I know that there are a lot of us here who are going to become the keys to our families getting out of abject poverty. But I promise you, after 4 years, when you look back, you want to smile at the piece of paper in your hand. So if ukhetha into ongayithandi, now would be the time to change your mind. Take care of that mind. There are so many resources on this campus, so many people you can speak to make sure that your mental health is on par. When I said things get rough here, I meant you're looking at someone who failed 4 out of her 5 subjects in her second year. I meant you're looking at someone who lost her bursary as a result. I meant you're looking at someone who had to quickly learn how to balance her time, her resources, her energy between work and school and do great at both. I'm asking you to not have to make those decisions. I'm asking you to take care of your mind so that you don't fall behind. Fall behind. I was always on my schedule, but I'm telling you, I would have rather finished a year earlier. Make sure your mental health is intact. Surround yourself with the right people. Tato mentioned to learn from the greats, and I love that because what we tend to do is imitate them, and that's not the lesson. Take what they do well, what you know resonates with you, and add it to your arsenal. Into enkulu is respect and integrity. Don't come on this campus and forget what you were taught katlung. We greet the crew here. We acknowledge our elders here. We say hello to one another here. We show each other respect. We assume the best of one another at this institution. If you want to do well at UJ, carry those values as well. Remember to pray. Because it's not school you're fighting against. It's this new community, these new people, this new way of life. Make sure that your path is forged by the right things and bring yourself to center. There's no need to change it now because we're at UJ. Trust me. Ladies, a special mention to you. You're the leaders as far as university is concerned, making it out with a degree, that is. Don't let izinto zomhlaba change your mind. School is still cool. It's still good to have that degree, no matter what you want to pursue in your life. Put all of your energy into what you're going to do here. Remember who you are and why you came to this place in the first place. I told you you're allowed to change your mind, but don't change who you are at your core. Life sometimes calls for us to be ruthless and unkind, but if that is not your character, don't step out on yourself. Be true to yourself. This place may want to pull you in different directions, and it's not always the place. Sometimes it's simply the company that you're keeping. Be wary of the friends you will make here. Be wary of where they may take you. And if you don't want to go where they are headed, get off the bus. I'm a really great broadcaster. I'm one of the best in the world at what I do. Thank you. And the only reason I have confidence to say that out loud is because of the things that I learned and the things that I overcame at this institution. Getting a degree is no child's play. It is not everybody. Don't let social media fool you. It is not everybody that will make it all the way. In fact, even in record time, the scale does not always want to tip in our favor. But you can change that, class of 2025. You guys can get stuck in. You guys can make sure that while you're studying and applying yourself in this ever-changing world, that you walk away from this institution not just agreed, not just insightful, not just knowledgeable, but whole people. So balance, make sure that your life is balanced. I'm going to close with this. Nelson Mandela, our former president, once said, "There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one you are capable of living." There is no passion to be found playing small in settling for a life that is less than the one that you are capable of living. So push the boundaries of your own inhibition. You are not as unfamiliar with this territory as you think. You are not as unknowledgeable as you think. You do not have a studying problem. Don't let inhibitions hold you back from the life that you can live. Because who would have imagined that this township girl, who was the only person walking around with a hockey stick and a talk bag, would end up on SuperSport International as their senior rugby anchor? Me, I believed. I believed, my family believed, my friends believed. That is the kind of attitude that you need to take forth in this new year. School is hard. Life is hard. Pray, surround yourself with good community and good people, and use the resources that this institution is paying in the millions for every year to make sure that you are okay. Congratulations once again. This is a huge milestone, and all of the best with your studies going forward. It has been my privilege to speak to you this morning, and I hope I see many of these faces in corridors of commerce, of medical, of any faculty that you are studying in the future. And remember, the best is yet to come. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. I think the lesson that I'm taking is there's nothing that a man can do that a woman cannot also do, and if she applies her mind, do better, right? DJ Fresh, Mots, will you join me on stage? We've got a small token. I mean, you are on stage, but please come forward. We've got a small token just to say thank you. Prof. Mpedi as well. Do you think the choir will remember that we gave them a good round of applause? Shall we try it again just to refresh them? The amazing, I did say the award-winning, right? Did I say they won awards? The amazing, the wonderful, the award-winning, great University of Johannesburg choir. It is now my pleasure to introduce Professor Letlokwa George Mpedi, not just the University of Johannesburg's Vice-chancellor and principal, but also a global thinker, a scholar, and a leader who once trained as a karate kid before becoming one of South Africa's most respected legal minds. Professor Mpedi holds degrees in law from Vista University as well as the University of Johannesburg. He also holds advanced leadership training qualifications from Oxford and Harvard, and he holds 2, not 1, but 2 honorary doctorates. And in case you were wondering, that's very, very impressive. Professor Mpedi is recognized around the world, not only in law, but also for blending academic excellence with a clear vision for the future of higher education. Under his awesome leadership, UJ continues to push boundaries, champion innovation, uphold values, and make meaningful contributions to society. Students, he loves telling stories, and his stories are awesome and amazing, and you will remember his stories for the rest of your life. He finds inspiration in nature and has written several books where he draws leadership lessons from things that happen in nature. He and his family have established the Mpedi Family Scholarship for Neurodiversity Studies, which funds postgraduate studies in neurodiversity. He also donates the royalties from his books to support student bursaries. Please join me and let's welcome our incredible leader, our visionary thinker, and a very caring human being, our awesome Vice-Chancellor, Professor Letlokwa George Mpedi.
Thank you very much, Madam Registrar, our program director this morning. It's nice to be a Vice-Chancellor. They are changing microphones. Okay. Am I that tall? Ladies and gentlemen, if there's anyone who knows how to make a black man blush, is our registrar. Thank you, Madam Registrar, for that wonderful introduction. Our Chancellor, Dr. Phumzile Mlambo-Ngcuka, members of Council present here today, members of the Executive Leadership Group of the great University of Johannesburg, DJ Fresh, Motshidisi Mohono, parents present here today, distinguished guests, our guests of honor, this is you, our students, of course, our student leaders, ably led by the president of our SRC, Mr. Lihumo Dibakwani. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. You don't sound happy to be here, you know, so go to hell. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. You know, I found myself smiling the whole week, but I couldn't understand why am I so happy. And this morning, my wife asked me, why are you smiling alone? I couldn't explain, you know. And she asked me again, why are you smiling alone? Then I realized that it's because of this first-year welcoming ceremony. It brought back memories, you know. Before, one was a vice-chancellor. At some point, one was a student. Before I tell you the story, let me also welcome members of the media. I see our good friend from the Sunday Times. Welcome, ma'am. I see our friends from UJ Broadcasting, UJ FM, welcome. And I know our friends from SABC, Sowetan, and many other broadcasting houses are here. We also welcome you. But let me tell you the story. I mean, before we became professors, chancellors, we were also students. And, you know, this day, this event brought back memories. You know, I said to my wife, our event today reminds me of those days when one was single, young, and sexy. Fresh, you know, from my village in the Hammanskraal area. I missed 3 weeks of lectures. Not that I wanted to miss classes, you know. Do you want to know why I missed lectures? Huh? I was waiting for the bell to ring. I was waiting for assembly. There was no assembly. Until one gentleman said, you guys don't go to class, you know. In your orientation pack, there's a timetable, so you have to follow the timetable, you know. Here, there's no one that runs after you and tell you, go to this lecture hall. This is university. You can easily fail, you know, if you're too relaxed. It is really a great honor to welcome you to the great University of Johannesburg. The Senior Executive Director, Professor Bongani Ngulunga, told me, he said, Vice-chancellor, you will see on Friday, you are going to see a sea of orange. And ladies and gentlemen, orange is my favorite color. And let's give everybody who made this possible, including Professor Bongani Ngulunga and his team, a warm round of an applause for ensuring that orange is the most visible color here today. At the great University of Johannesburg, we say our blood is orange. Let's make sure that we remember this important point. Ladies and gentlemen, the first national poet laureate of South Africa, an esteemed anti-apartheid activist whose name graces our University of Johannesburg Theatre, reflects in his poem, The Gods Wrote. The choice is ours, so is the mind and the matches too. The choice is ours, so is the beginning. We are not made eternally to weep. The choice is ours, so is the need and the want too. The choice is ours, so is the vision of the day. Ladies and gentlemen, these words speak powerfully to this moment at the great University of Johannesburg. Before we talk about the great University of Johannesburg at this moment, I would like to invite you to join me in giving the mighty UJ Choir another warm round of an applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my profound honor to welcome you all, whether you're joining us for the first time or returning to our community. As we officially commence the academic year on Monday, we do so with a clear sense of purpose and momentum. This year marks an important milestone in our journey. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, we launched our strategic plan 2035, and today we gather to reflect on a year of meaningful progress and to chart our course forward. The South African poet Lebogang Mashile powerfully writes, our future hangs on the present legacies. This principle of intergenerational responsibility forms the foundation of our commitment to sustainability and lasting impact. She goes on to say, we've got to build them a base that starts with the skies. This year, we deepen our understanding of what it means to be a university in service of society. Ladies and gentlemen, the challenges facing our world, from climate change, inequality, technological disruption and social fragmentation demand that we expand our role beyond traditional boundaries. We must continue to lead in addressing the ethical, moral, political, and social questions of our time. This is what I call societal impact, the measurable and meaningful effects of our scholarship, our research, and our engagement with communities beyond our campuses. Over the past year, ladies and gentlemen, we have seen this vision take shape in tangible ways. Our strategic plan, centered on societal impact and sustainability, has guided every facet of our work. This has been apparent in the research question we pursue, to the partnerships we forge, and from the curriculum we design to the student experience we cultivate. We are no longer speaking only of aspirations. We are tangibly building a track record of action and achievement. Ladies and gentlemen, our purpose remains steadfast: to provide a holistic, world-class education that prepares our students not merely for employment, but for lives of meaning and contribution. We are committed to equipping you with more than knowledge and technical skills. We seek to develop in each of you the capacity for critical thinking, ethical leadership, and social responsibility. You are being prepared to navigate complexity and to lead with integrity. As an African university with a global perspective, we are uniquely positioned to lead research that centers the experiences and insights of the global South. Ladies and gentlemen, our research continues to push boundaries, driven by our values of impact, innovation, inclusivity, and integrity. We leverage advanced technologies as tools to advance sustainable living and address the pressing challenges of our digital age. Last year, ladies and gentlemen, was also significant for another reason. We celebrated 20 years since the historic 2005 measure that established UJ as a unified institution. The legacy of the decision to establish UJ, ladies and gentlemen, lives on in everything we do. The measure created institutional unity and expanded opportunity. It brought equity to our academic departments and faculties while elevating the quality of higher education for all South Africans. We remain deeply proud of this foundation, and it continues to inform our values and our vision. Ladies and gentlemen, in just over 2 decades, we have demonstrated our ability to respond to a changing world with dynamism and innovation. We have been at the forefront of embracing the 4th industrial revolution in Africa. Our commitment to Pan-Africanism, transformation, equity, and access have never wavered. These principles are woven into the fabric of who we are, and they guide us as we write the next chapter of our story. Our achievements continue to reflect this remarkable trajectory. Some of these remarkable achievements have already been mentioned by the registrar earlier. Let me repeat some of them. We are ranked #1 in South Africa and on the African continent among universities younger than 50 years worldwide, ladies and gentlemen. And this is according to the Times Higher Education Young University Rankings, reaching 60th place globally. And I think this deserves a warm round of an applause. Thank you. In the Times Higher Education Impact Rankings, UJ achieved its best ever performance, soaring to 23rd place globally, a remarkable climb of 13 places from our 2024 position. We remain firmly positioned as the #1 university in South Africa and Africa. Out of 2,318 institutions evaluated worldwide, UJ now stands among the top 30 universities globally. I can go on and on, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this is something that tells you that here at UJ we mean business. UJ is a place where innovation thrives and excellence is pursued with purpose. Here, ladies and gentlemen, ideas flourish and dreams take tangible form. Whether you're stepping into this environment for the first time or returning with renewed commitment, you are part of an institution grounded in strong values and animated by bold ambitions. This year, ladies and gentlemen, presents new opportunities to learn and to grow. It is a time to challenge yourselves. I encourage you to fully engage with the resources available to you. Connect with faculty members. Participate in students' organizations. Immerse yourselves in academic experience. Embrace the diverse perspectives that make UJ the extraordinary place it is. I want to pause and acknowledge what a privilege it is that you are here. As you may know, we receive hundreds of thousands of applications for new student placements each year. You represent approximately 10,000 who were admitted. While higher education should be a right, in our current reality, it remains a privilege. Your presence here is even more significant when considered against the backdrop of South Africa's socio-economic challenges and the ongoing struggle for educational success. Your place here carries profound weight and responsibility. As a university that reflects the full socio-economic diversity of our nation, we must remain conscious of what it means to have access to higher education. With that in mind, it is my great honor, ladies and gentlemen, to declare the academic year open. We have every confidence that you will help us reach new heights as we support and champion your aspirations. You have chosen well, and together we will continue to reimagine the future and create tangible, positive change in the world around us. Finally, to our dedicated faculty and staff, thank you for your unwavering commitment to shaping the leaders of tomorrow. I cannot begin this year without expressing my deepest gratitude for all that you do. We are a community committed to purposeful growth, to the pursuit of excellence, and to the cultivation of meaningful impact. Indeed, the choice is yours. Welcome to another transformative year at the great University of Johannesburg. At UJ, we say, UJ! You are too slow for my liking. You are tired. UJ! All the way! Are you hungry? UJ! All the way! Thank you.
I almost forgot my glasses. And now I'm going to hand over to Professor Bongani Ngulunga, our Senior Executive Director for University Relations, Student Affairs, and UJ Sport. And what this really means is that he's the person who ensures that all of our students sleep well, eat well, and exercise. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a hand for Prof. Bongani.
Thank you very much, Registrar. I know it is hot there, so I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'm here to do a vote of thanks, starting with our Chancellor. Chancellor, thank you very much. Thank you for gracing this event. We love you at UJ, and we love you at UJ. We are just amazed at your commitment to our university, and we know we can always count on you. And Vice-Chancellor, yes, I mean, it is true. I said everything will be orange. It's because you instructed me, actually. You instructed me. What people do not know is that when we do the best thing, mostly it is because of our Vice-chancellor. Thank you very much, sir, for your leadership. Thank you. And to my colleagues in the executive leadership group, I don't think there is a university where you have its executive leadership attending all its events like we do here at the great University of Johannesburg. Thank you very much, colleagues. Thank you. Now, I know in the positions we occupy, we take credit when things go well. But actually, people who make all of this possible, sometimes we do not even see them. So I would like to pay to express my gratitude to our colleagues who organized this event. Firstly, the colleagues in university relations, especially Nelda and Anati and their teams. Thank you very much for making this possible. I know they are here, social media, and these are the people who made it possible for you guys to have the orange T-shirts. I would also like to thank our colleagues in protection services. Without them, we wouldn't have an event like we have here. The colleagues in student affairs, we also would like to say to you, thank you, and thank you very much. Now, I promised the president of the SRC that I will thank the SRC. Lehumo's mood can change pretty quickly, so I must be careful. So I'd like to thank the SRC for all the wonderful work that they do. I mean, there are people who will see around who have been assisting you during orientation. They are wearing their black T-shirts. I know they've done a lot of work. I mean, I want to say to them, thank you, and thank you very much. And also to thank you for sitting in the sun and listening to all of these speeches. We thank you, and hopefully we'll see you at the rugby matches very soon. We have the Varsity Cup coming, so I hope to see you there, and I would like to thank our colleagues, UJ Sport, especially Menomsa. These are the people who have made it possible. I mean, I see they have, they've been showing you around. And finally, we'd like to thank our sponsors. I won't mention their names, and you see them around here. And thank you very much. So I'd like to request you, if you agree, to stand up for the singing of the national anthem. All of you to stand up for the singing of the national anthem, including you there at the pavilion. So we'll give you time to come. So this thing is falling, okay. So you guys comes, yeah? We are going to be led by the UJ choir, and if for the second you can just take off your caps for the singing of the national anthem. They can come now. Perhaps we should ask them to come while you guys are sitting up here. Yeah, if you can come, guys. Yeah. So you'll tell us when you are with you. Go, yeah, go for it. Yeah. Just remain standing. Please remain standing for the procession to depart. Just remain standing. Now, I've been informed that I should tell you that there will be entertainment by Bongi Arch. Is it Bongi Arch? Yeah, it's Bongi. Somebody very important called Bongi. I'm old enough to know. Old enough to know. But there will be entertainment, but please remain standing while the procession leaves the stage. Thank you very much.
Can you just say the person must hold the bit we're about to shoot?
Shoot what? Oh, yes, yes. Oh, there's something very nice that will happen over there. Just let's wait for a second. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah. Just one second. Something very special is going to happen, I'm told. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to count from 5, right? Okay. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah! Thank you. So this is how we do it at the great University of Johannesburg. Please do remain standing while the procession leaves. Thank you.
The graduates have spoken. Let's keep them up there. Graduates, I'm going to graduates. Sure.
One, two.